Hey YouTube clan, this is Ty Counters doing a new action figure review. Now this is one I've been waiting to do for a while. I've been waiting for it to arrive in the post and I'm super excited about it. And this is the new 2018 Hiya Toys Predator 2 4-inch scale Predator line. I've only picked up a couple of Predators so far. They have a whole list of them. In fact, one of the things you get in the box is this kind of checklist of the Predators that they have released. So the one I'm reviewing today is this guy, Guardian Predator. There's City Hunter, which is the kind of main character from Predator 2. There's Boar Predator, Shadow Predator, Warrior Predator, Elder Predator. And then if you flip around, you have Stalker Predator, Lost Predator, Scout, and Shaman. All of these Predators are from the Predator 2 Lost Tribe. Basically they're the ones from the Predator 2 film, but as far as I know, I think they're planning on doing Predators from the original Predator as well, the Jungle Hunter from the first Predator film, and they're planning to do the ones from the, I think they said they were planning to do the AVP ones maybe, or the ones from the Robert Rodriguez from the Predators, like the Berserker and Faulkner and the other Predator kind of films, as long as they can get the franchise or the franchise licensing or the rights to do so. But for now, I'm going to do this figure. So he comes in this little box style packaging, which is very similar to what they came with for the Colonial Marines. This is made by a company called Hiya Toys, and it's Exquisite Mini Predator 2 Guardian Predator. Basically, Hiya Toys are the same guys that did the Alien Colonial Marines Power Loader. They have an APC on the way, a couple of the larger alien creatures and alien warriors, and I'll show some of them off in a minute when I'm doing my comparison. Oh, just on the box you get an awesome image of the Predator on the side of the box, and then you just have the Predator 2 logo on these other sides. Now, he does come with a good few accessories. So he comes with a combi stick that is extended. He comes with the unextended combi stick. I'm not sure if you can see that. He comes with, it's a very tiny throwing disc, and I don't think it does look like it can sit onto his side. Oh yeah, it does, because there's two pegs on it. So it is supposed to peg in onto the side of the Predator. Let me see if I can get it the right way around. Bear with me a moment. So it can actually be stored, just like in the movie, onto the Predator. I hadn't really checked that yet. He comes with three sets of hands. The ones that he comes with on him are kind of grip hands. And then he has these kind of exposed hands, which one set should be for the throwing disc. So let me just see if the fingers line up to this. They should do. It's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze, I'd say. Bear with me. I literally just got this, guy, so I'm just kind of doing this fresh. Yeah, so you get one set of fingers that are designed to hold onto the throwing disc for doing the throwing disc poses. He comes with a trophy skull, which is quite nicely done. He comes with these kind of H pieces, which are for the base. He does come with a display base, and these just slot in, and then when you get another Predator, they connect up, so you have one there. You can just line them all up. The Colonial Marines had something similar with their one as well. Now, the one of the downsides with this guy at the moment, I may need to loosen up the joints a bit more, is that he's very floppy on these legs. He wants to fall over the whole time. I haven't managed to get his legs to straighten up properly. Now I have been trying to finagle his joints so he can stand. He does have ratchet joints on the legs. Let's see if I got a better connection. There, he's a little bit better on that. So he does stand, but he's a bit of a pain in the butt to stand at the moment. His legs, his articulation wise, his hands are on ball joints, so they can go out to the side. They can rotate all the way around. And then he has single jointed elbow with his wrist on a peg. And to swap out the hand, you just pull the hand out. I'll just pick one of the other hands at random. You just push it onto the peg. Now, I do recommend being careful with these. You may need to heat them up a bit. Bear with me a second. There we go. Sorry if that was off camera, but you can get the hand onto his wrist. You might just need to heat them up a bit. He does have his wrist blades on the opposite side, which is really cool. He does have a swivel up on the bicep. The swivel on this bicep is actually, I think it's glued in place because of the armor piece. It doesn't seem to move. It could be just mine is, I'm not sure if it's just mine is stuck because of the paint. Some of the joints were a little bit stuck when I got him. He does have an upper waist swivel. He doesn't seem to have anything on the lower waist. He does have double jointed neck, so he has a joint here at the base of the neck, and then he has one just at the base of the head, which gives him great range of movement. It's a single jointed elbow. He does have extending wrist blades, which do come out. He has ball jointed hips on the legs. Now, again, as I said, he has an upper thigh swivel here. But on my right hand side leg it seems to be stuck, and I think that's the paint again, because if I show you the knee joint, you can see that where the paint is slightly rubbed off where I've been moving the knees. So there's a bit of issue with paint, quality control with the paint on the knees. The joints seem to be kind of white, well, the base plastic seems to be like a white plastic. One of the other accessories that comes loose in the box is this, which is his plasma caster, or the the thing that fires in the movie from his shoulder, or their shoulder cannon. Now you just plug it into place and it's on a track, so it should be able to go up to the side of his head just like in the movie, and it runs back along the track to put into storage. It's quite nicely done. Sorry about that. It's quite nicely done, and he's quite nicely articulated. Overall, he's one of the best articulated Predator figures I've seen in a long while in this scale. So if I can just get him to stand up for a second. Yeah, man. You know you want to stand. There we go. So just to move the little table out of the way, for all the accessories, as I said, he does come with those extra sets of hands and the spear. Now the spear doesn't seem to have any place on his back to store. The original Predator 2, like the NECA versions, tend to have like a clip that you can store the combi stick on, but this particular guy doesn't seem to have it. So just for size comparison, here he is next to the Hiya Toys Colonial Marines Quintero or Quintero figure. And you can see he does stand a little bit taller than him. And then just for another size comparison, because I had it at hand, here is the Hiya Toys Spitter Alien, who's going to knock everything all over the place because he has a problem standing on his own. But let's see if I can get him to stand up. In a moment. I know some of these guys had because of the way their legs are designed with the kind of chicken legs, it's a bit of a pain to stand. So he is a good bit taller. Now, for other size comparisons, here he is next to the Force Awakens super articulated version of Han Solo. You see he does stand a good bit over him. And for a G.I. Joe comparison, I can just dig out my trusty old blue shirt here with his wobbly leg. You see he does, the height wise is quite good for this, because Predators are supposed to be quite a taller species. For more alien comparisons, I'm going to start blocking everything in now in a second. So Here is the older version Hot Toys Snap Kit Alien Warrior from Aliens. And I do have one of the ones from AVP, so I will jig him out there. Fortunately, he has, just like the Hiya Toys Alien, he has standing issues. And same with the other ones. It's, as I said, due to the gangly legs. So, another figure I have at hand is the Core Elite, or the Jurassic Clash El Jefe. So you can see the size of him next to that. I have the Marvel Legends Armored Spider-Man. He's again still a little bit taller. Scale-wise, I think the Spider-Man is a little bit tall for his character anyway. He seems to be a bit more bulky, even though he is armoured. I'd say he looks a little bit more bulky. And then for more Marines, this is the old, very old, by this stage, Hot Toys Snap Kit Colonial Marines. Those guys were great for their day. Unfortunately, they are they are full of breakages and fragile parts. So, in fact, this is a Pone, and his arm is already broken on me, and he was just stored in a bag. So he has already broken. In fact, a lot of the ones I was looking at to get out for this review have all either minor breakages or their hands have fallen off and stuff like that. Again, another alien. This is the Hot Toys Alien from AVP. Unfortunately, said he has problems standing, so I can see if I can get him to stand. He may. There we go. So he is quite nicely in scale to this guy. And then just for a final comparison, I know I've just done like several comparisons overall. I wanted to save the best for last, which are these guys. This is the, bear with me a moment, I'm just putting one of the components back onto one of them. Here is the Microman AVP Predator. This is actually the Celtic one without his mask on. And here is the AVP Hot Toys Snap Kit Celtic Predator. Unfortunately, the base body I used for this one isn't Celtic's because he doesn't have the net launcher on his arm. I just pulled one of them at random, but I used the Celtic mask because if I bring Guardian in closer and Celtic, hopefully the mask won't fall off. Bear with me, see if I can get it to zoom in on him. The masks are very similar. This mask that is on Guardian was originally designed to be, and I say it every time I review figures that use this mask, it was originally designed to be the Predator's mask from the first film. Unfortunately, they didn't want the producers or whoever was making the film didn't want to run with that mask because they thought it was too detailed and it would take away from the Predator's face when he was unmasked. They decided to go with the plain mask that everyone knows today for the Predator franchise. So when Predator 2 rolled around, they still had the molding for that mask, so they decided, why not just reuse this mask and have him as a background Predator. So that's how he got to be used as Guardian Predator. And then NECA along the way have done versions of the Jungle Hunter using that original mask, which was nicknamed Gorth, the Gort mask. So it has a little bit of history with the Predator franchise, and it was also the basis for the Celtic Predator's mask. It was Celtic Predator has a very similar design mask and has a little bit of difference to it, but it's has very similar kind of angles to it. But all in all, he's a really cool figure. As I said, I literally just got this guy and I pretty much just recorded this straight away. So as I said, I need to probably give him a bit more, dunk him in a bit more hot water just to loosen up some more of those joints, especially that knee joint, or it's the upper thigh joint. It should be a rotation, but it doesn't seem to be on my one at the moment. And his legs, there are hinges. In fact, his ankles, he does have double jointed knees. I forgot to say that on the articulation points. And he does have a hinge. I can actually see it, but it doesn't seem to want to move. He does have rotation, but he has a hinge as well on the ankle, but it doesn't want to move for me at the moment, so I need to sort that out and see if I can get them to hinge properly. So there you go, guys. Quick video review for the Predator 2 Guardian Predator. I do have another one on the way. I can't remember which one I ordered. And oh, there he goes. He just falls flat in his face. I have another one ordered. I think it was Stalker Predator, or was it Lost? I'm hoping it's Lost Predator. I can't remember off the top of my head which one it was, because I know some of them have been released, but not all of them in the wave have been released yet. And Lost Predator is one of my favorite Predator designs because of the kind of striking green skin tone. But all in all, he's a really cool figure. So I do recommend picking these guys up if you can get them. They should be hitting comic shops and kind of, you know, the regular places where you pick up figures at this moment. I know they are available on Big Bad Toy Store at the moment, and they're popping up online on eBay for reasonable amount prices. They haven't gotten scalper prices yet. I know some of the older Hiya Toys stuff seems to have gotten really dear with prices, so it's hit or miss. So if you do want to pick one up, do check that out. And as I said, hope you enjoyed my review, and as I say in my reviews, please feel free to like, subscribe and comment in the comment section below. Cheers, guys.